Whew. All right. Bringing out the scarf once again. We're going to mix things up here in the Christmas season. And we're bringing back JoJo. Who knew this was going to happen again? So, the reviews continue. I'm excited. December Baby is the Christmas album released by JoJo, and we're going to talk about that here today on Y.E.S. JoJo actually released another album earlier this year, and I reviewed all of her albums leading up to that album. And now we have another album by JoJo. It just happens to coincide here. Now, probably, once again, I'm going to have to just say it. I love JoJo's voice, and so I was kind of excited on the prospect of her releasing a Christmas album. I have pros, I have some lukewarm, and some somewhat cold feelings about a variety of things in this album. So, high tide we get to it. To start her album off, she does her own cover of Noel with Jacob Collier. This one's kind of interesting because it is an a cappella-like kind of group thing going on here. It was a pretty good way to start the album off, actually. Following directly after that, she has the song Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. This was quite the shakeup of a cover. It's very groovy. It's like a low-key kind of groove. And it's like a, how do I want to say this? Like an alternative, homey kind of vibe. Like in your home kind of thing, not gangster homie. The title track, December Baby, also being the first original song in this album, I thought was pretty good. It's a pretty standard JoJo style pop-oriented song, and, it just happens to fill up the Christmas-oriented feel. While vocally I do wish it was slightly stronger, it doesn't really miss the mark as far as the vibe I think it's trying to go for. In addition to that, I think it actually would fit a Christmas movie very well of some kind. Maybe not necessarily a new Christmas classic, but I don't think we need to banish it into the disposable whatever Christmas movies that just happen to come out during that time of year randomly on ABC Family that isn't ABC Family anymore, or at a Walmart bin of some kind. I think it has appropriate potential to be inserted somewhere in a movie that just happens to be set in Christmas time. Wow, that was a lot for me to say, but I felt like I wanted to say it. After that, most of the covers of full-length songs in here, like the Christmas song, Silent Night, I think she does an overall good job for these songs. There are moments where maybe that there could have been some added strengths, but overall she covers the songs pretty good. Nearing the end, she has this one song called Wish List, which also features P.J. Morton from Maroon 5. I actually think the two of them singing together is a great combination. He is a great addition to this album that mixes it up for the better. The one thing about this song is I think it starts off a little bit underwhelming. It's not bad, it's just maybe you wanted more from JoJo. And then when PJ Morton comes in and the progression just elevates more and more as the song continues, then you can enjoy the song a little bit more. Now that I've said that, I do have some mediocre and, in a way, negative things to say about this album, actually. She has not one, not two, not three, but 4 interludes in this album. And if you follow my channel, you know that's not really a thing that I think benefits the album very much. There are exceptions to that. Here, I do not see it, and this is why. These interludes are on average about a minute long or so, and the way that she approaches these songs is it kind of feels like a door-to-door Christmas Carol-oriented thing, but not very well recorded and kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Amateurish, actually, if I'm being honest. It's not that her voice is amateurish, it's just the approach feels amateurish. Songs like O Come All Ye Faithful, Deck the Halls, What Child Is This, and We Wish You a Merry Christmas. All of these are just kind of like thrown together just because, and she just didn't want to do a full-length cover of these songs for some reason. I'm a little troubled and baffled, if I'm being honest. I don't think they benefited the album at all. Sure, maybe it would have been not as original to be able to do those full-length features, but I think there were other options for an artist like JoJo in order to get creative with inserting things in the Christmas spirit for this album. I unfortunately think this hinders the album quite a bit. Now, this album doesn't sound bad, aside from those interludes. It just doesn't sound very inspired. It feels like she is doing exactly what I would expect she would for the pop-standing Christmas take on these songs. But beyond that, it kind of just feels like, okay, I guess we should do this kind of thing. I think the best new Christmas albums actually put in some work and receive a little inspiration. Here, I just think I could take 2, 3, maybe 4 songs at most to put in my Christmas playlist, and even then, I feel like they would just kind of be almost filler. That's not what I want to say about JoJo. I think I'm going to enjoy them, but I don't think they're going to stand out very much from other songs that I've heard recently and will be sharing soon. So, after having listened and reviewed this album, I'm going to give production a B-, creativity a D+, expression and lyrics a C+, and if you were to ask me how would I recommend this album, I am going to give it a good/okay. There are strengths to this album, and again, I think that the overall good deliveries that she made are what I expected, but everything else just feels like a creative letdown. So, yeah, if you want to take a listen at this album, go find a few songs. I guarantee you'll find a few that you'll like. After that, well, there's other Christmas albums out there. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to follow me in my social media links down in the description below, and be sure to leave a like for the video as well as a comment down below if you want to engage with me. And remember, if you want to discover, promote, and review the best in entertainment, be sure to subscribe to this channel so you can get that yes in your life. See you next time.